Our journey started in late 2018 with that famous "Because Life is Big" ad by DJI. It was the first time that it seemed that DJI wanted to jump at least a bit away from that drone brand image, so they surprised us all with an Osmo Pocket. The DJI Osmo was a revolution in 2015, but DJI wanted to go a step further in travel videos, and the Osmo Pocket was there to help that purpose. We tested the Osmo Pocket in Barcelona even before it was released. We wanted to see if the device was worth the hype and if truly it was a game changer. The results spoke for themselves. They were more than acceptable for a tiny device that fit literally in your pocket. We even drove on our bikes to see that mechanical stabilization that DJI told us was incredible, and indeed it was. Overall, we were more than satisfied with the capabilities, and we really wanted to test it out in a real travel situation. Both Chivo and me took it out for our trips. With GoPro killing the action cam market, it was interesting to see whether DJI could play in that category with something completely revolutionary. Honestly, it was more than enough. I'd say for most travelers that want a decent travel video to edit and play a little bit with, upload and show it to the world, it's way more than enough. The device was handy, small and super easy to use, and immediately many other brands started copying it. Some of them were good, some of them weren't, but for half the price, what did you expect? We later also found out that the Mavic Mini was carrying probably the same camera, which was at least interesting. However, the Osmo Pocket had some not so good things. The mic was kind of terrible, we did, sound comparisons, and the out of focus sometimes destroyed your beautiful selfie shots. In the meantime, you of course know our channel, and we had to crash test this thing. And of course we had also to attach it to something that was capable of flying. Not much later, DJI decided, in my opinion, its weirdest move up to date, which was the release of the Osmo Action. The Osmo Action did hit completely the action cam market, but left the Osmo Pocket in a kind of strange situation. Plus, GoPro was about to release its newer model outplaying the current Osmo Action soon. We of course had to compare the new action cam versus the Osmo Pocket, because we had questions like, is it the same image sensor? Which one is better? Osmo Action or Pocket for traveling? We finally saw that the Pocket device had a more narrow field of view, and overall it seemed a better device for traveling, and the Osmo Action a more classic action cam style for maybe skiing or surfing, for example. We must say DJI has been always very smart to fill in their product catalog in between drone releases, and honestly, the Osmo line seemed back then to have grown into a own separate company, which was at least super interesting. Last year, a few months into the pandemic, DJI decided to release its second version of the Osmo Pocket. It was the Pocket 2. It came with the promise that it was an enhanced and improved version of the first Osmo Pocket. The two biggest claims were exactly what people had been complaining about the first version: the mic and the night footage. Yeah, and maybe also the focus, of course. So DJI gave us a bunch of built-in microphones, plus a whole new wireless audio system to even improve more the sound quality of the device. Plus the image sensor was bigger, and trust me, the first thing that I did with the Pocket 2 was to test it in the night. And it was more than good. It was all I needed for quick travel videos, not getting that, terrible cheap noise effect on my image. So we did review the device in Barcelona again, now in an empty city, and then we ran an interesting image comparison versus the Osmo Pocket 1. We decided to just show the footage so that people could decide for themselves what was better for them. Overall, the Pocket 2 had a wider field of view now, and it seemed like it managed to focus much better. Plus, having the bigger image sensor, it could handle a better dynamic range and overall a better exposure. And it also left out that bit of, reddish color that the first version had, that made it look a bit like cheap quality out of the camera. Definitely a step forward in quality. Now DJI has decided to release the sunset white version, which is essentially the same camera but just in white. What is interesting to see is that DJI has included mostly women in their campaign. I've been complaining about seeing mostly men in DJI campaigns for a while now, as if they weren't women interested in drones and tech. Plus, why should DJI miss half of the world's population target by only including men? Well, that's just a thought. So good for DJI now. The Pocket 2 is definitely a device that you should be considering if you're a frequent traveler and you don't want to carry heavy cameras and lenses and you just aren't comfortable with filming with your smartphone for whatever reason. The Pocket 2 in auto mode will be highly effective for that. You also have of course some slow-mo modes and even pan of photo stitching. Actually, the Pocket 2 is always in our backpacks, not only traveling but also when we film videos for We Talk UAV. Hope that you enjoyed this video, guys. Don't forget to like the vid, to support the channel and sub with that amazing bell, and always remember, guys, to keep calm and talk UAV.